Hey there, and welcome back to the Paralegal Coach. I'm Ann Pearson, and today we're having a conversation that every paralegal listening needs to be having with themselves right now. We're talking about your career, your future, and the very real question of which parts of your job might be at risk of being absorbed by AI, and which skills you need to be building right now that AI is not going to replace anytime soon. That's the important part. That's what we're here for today. What can you do to protect your career from being absorbed by AI? Before we dive in, I want to give you something to take action on the moment this episode wraps up. Literally, the moment you stop listening, I want you to go get a free tool that I'm calling the AI Career Audit Coach. It's a custom GPT that walks you through a guided conversation about what you currently do at work, where AI is already nipping at the heels of those tasks, and what skills you should be developing right now to stay not just relevant, but hopefully indispensable. It's free, it takes about 10 minutes, and you walk away with a personalized snapshot of where you stand and where to go next. You can grab it at the link in the show notes. I'll remind you again at the end. Okay, let's get into it. So if you listened to the last episode, you heard my conversation with Tony Castro, the owner of Lit Trial Services down in Miami. And I have to tell you, I haven't stopped thinking about that interview. Tony is technically a freelance paralegal, but what he does is not what most people picture when they hear the words freelance paralegal. Tony is in the courtroom. He's running trial tech. He's the person an attorney brings in when the stakes are at the highest and the margin for error is zero. If you're a litigation paralegal, you know what trial means. And here's what stopped me in my tracks during that conversation. An attorney is not bringing a robot into a courtroom to run trial tech. An attorney is not asking ChatGPT to assist at a counsel table during opening statements. An attorney is not handing the in-room judgment calls over to a chatbot. That role, the in-the-room, eyes-on-the-judge, real-time decisions kind of role, is one of the safest places to be in this profession right now. Now, maybe it's not at trial. You could relate in whatever practice area you're working in, whether it's big M&A closings, real estate closings, whatever it might be. What is that part of your position, that in the room, eyes on you, real-time decision kind of role? Because Tony built a business around skills that have to be performed by a human in person, under pressure, with relationships and instincts and trial experience all layered in. That's the entire point that I want you to internalize today. If you want a career that's durable through this AI shift, you need to be doing work that AI cannot do, not work that AI is faster and cheaper at than you are. Now, I get a lot of questions about freelance paralegal work for people who might lose their jobs or be in between jobs. And I'm going to be really honest with you here because that's the deal with this podcast, even if the truth hurts. If I were a paralegal sitting where many of you are sitting right now, the last thing I would be doing is hanging out a shingle as a freelance paralegal offering the same services that the other freelance paralegals are offering today. Why? Because most freelance paralegals are offering exactly the work that AI is reducing the need for inside law firms. I'm talking about things like document review, basic legal research, drafting routine pleadings, form-based document assembly, deposition summaries, contract review, summarizing medical records. These are the services that I see listed on paralegal websites when they're doing a freelance business. And these are the same tasks that firms are starting to handle in-house with AI tools that cost a fraction of what they used to pay for contract paralegals to do. So if you've been thinking about freelancing as your safety net from AI, please hear me on this. Do not escape the AI conversation by going freelance. You walk straight into it, just without a steady paycheck. The freelancers who are going to thrive in the next chapter are the ones who do things like what Tony does, things that require a human in the room, a human with judgment, a human with hands on the equipment, and a human with relationships. I would even go so far as to say that it's a human, in particular in Tony's instance, with a specialty so deep that no general purpose AI tool is going to come close to it. If you're going to freelance, build the business around what AI cannot do, not around what it's already doing faster. You don't want to compete with it. So you might say, well, wait, Anne, you own your own company that sells courses. Aren't you worried about AI? No, I'm not. Because I don't own a company that sells courses that AI can replicate. Yes, there are courses on sale on my website, but most of them include live group coaching. Notice I said live, human in the room. Many of my training programs are delivered live because law firms want a live person on the screen interacting with their team. And the more AI starts to take over, the more live trainings I'm doing. People want to see real people more than ever. Okay, but most of you listening are not freelancers. You're in-house at a law firm or a corporate legal department, insurance carrier, or maybe a government agency. So what does all this mean for you? It means the conversation about your role is shifting right now in real time. And the paralegals who are paying attention are the ones who are going to be promoted, recruited, and retained. In my last AI bootcamp coaching call, we spent a lot of time on this exact topic. We looked at new job titles that are popping up as we speak in the legal industry, titles that didn't exist even 2 years ago. And I want to share a few of them with you today because if you've been wondering, where am I supposed to go from here? These titles could be part of that answer. Number 1, AI Legal Prompt Engineer. This is the person at the firm who knows how to get the right output out of an AI tool. They know how to write prompts that produce usable, accurate, well-formatted results. They understand the difference between a vague prompt and a structured one. They know how to chain prompts together for complex legal tasks. And they save their firm thousands of hours by being the person everyone goes to when they need to actually get something useful out of these AI tools. Do you know who uses AI legal prompt engineers? The partners at the law firms who don't have the time to learn AI but want to see the benefits from it. So they speak with a real live person, could be you, the firm's AI legal prompt engineer, and explain in real time what they need. The AI legal prompt engineer digs into it because they've worked as a paralegal or an associate in that practice area, so they know firsthand what the work looks like. Then the partner hangs up the phone or leaves your office with a prompt and gets results. Or the prompt engineer does it for them and sends them the results. Number 2, AI legal specialist. This is the paralegal who has become the firm's go-to expert on which AI tools to use, when to use them, when not to use them, how to integrate them into existing workflows. They understand the ethical considerations. They know the data privacy implications. They know which platforms are vetted and which are not. And they're advising attorneys, they're training other paralegals, and they're helping to shape firm policy. Number 3, claims and legal intelligence paralegal. This title is showing up in insurance defense, personal injury, and complex litigation. It's the paralegal who combines traditional case management skills with the ability to mine data. They also spot problems, across claims, and they turn raw information into intelligence that the legal team can act on. They're not replacing the lawyer's strategy. They're feeding the strategy. Now, hear me when I say this. Every single one of those roles, and there are more out there, in that group coaching call, we covered a whole bunch more. I just wanted to give you the top 3. But every single one of those roles started out as an idea inside a smart paralegal's head. Someone looked at the AI conversation, looked at their own firm, and said, I can be the person who solves this. That's where these titles are coming from. They're being invented in real time by paralegals who decided to lead instead of wait. You can be one of those people too. You really can. All right, I digressed a little bit. It's time to get practical. I never want to send you off with just theory and no plan. So here are 3 strategies that you can start working on this week. not to get those 3 job titles. These are strategies that are going to protect your career, essentially build a moat around your paralegal career. Strategy 1, audit your current work through an AI lens. Take an honest look at what fills your day. Pull up your timesheet from the last 30 days if you have one. Look at what tasks took up the most hours. Then ask yourself, task by task, these 3 things. 1, could AI do a first draft of this in under 5 minutes? If yes, that task is at risk. Not necessarily of disappearing entirely, but of becoming something that you just supervise instead of something you produce from scratch. Number 2, could AI do this as well without a human reviewing it? If yes, that is a high-risk category. Those are tasks most likely to be automated end to end. Is it something without a human reviewing it? We're obviously not talking about legal research here because we've seen the AI hallucinations. All right, number 3, where does my judgment, my relationships, my in-person presence, like in the courtroom or in the closing room, or my specialized knowledge come in? Where do all those things come in? Those are your moats, your judgment, relationships, in-room presence, specialized knowledge. Those are the parts of your role that aren't going to go anywhere and that AI can't do for you. Those are the parts that you need to lean into, grow, and become known for. That's exactly what that AI career audit coach is going to do for you. It walks you through it in a structured way. So if you want to have that guided version for this conversation, you've got one waiting for you. Remember, it's in the show notes. All right, strategy 2. Build one AI adjacent skill in the next 90 days. Just one. You don't need to become an overnight expert in everything. Pick one skill that maps to where your industry is going and go deep. As I record this, the AI Bootcamp is not open for enrollment. But if you're listening sometime after June 2026, then check out ai-trainingbootcamp.com to see if it's open. Or you can go there and join the waitlist, and then you'll know when it is open. But so a few options to choose from here. Remember, this is an AI adjacent skill. So 1 is prompt engineering for legal work. Learn how to write prompts that produce usable, accurate output for the specific kind of work that your firm does. 2, an AI tool evaluation. Become the person at your firm who can look at a new platform, test it, and give a clear recommendation on whether or not it's worth adopting. Next, document and data intelligence. Learn how to use AI to extract insights from large volumes of documents, not just to summarize them, extracting insights. And then there's AI ethics and oversight. You could become the person at the firm who understands the rules around AI and its use in legal work, including what the state bar guidance is, confidentiality, accuracy verification. Pick one, go deep for 60 days. Then start letting people know that you have this skill. Mention it in your weekly check-in with your supervising attorney. Add it to your LinkedIn. Volunteer for projects that touch it. Become the name that comes up when someone says, "Who at the firm knows about XYZ?" Okay, strategy 3. Position yourself as a solution, not a task. This is mindset more than its mechanics, but it matters enormously. Paralegals who frame themselves as the person who does the task are in a vulnerable position right now because the task itself is changing. Paralegals who frame themselves as the person who solves the problem are in a stronger position because problems are always going to need people. So next time you're talking to an attorney, your firm administrator, or an interviewer at a new firm, don't just describe what you do. Describe what you solve. There's a real difference between saying, "I do document reviews," versus saying, "I make sure the trial team walks into a deposition knowing exactly which documents matter and why." It's the same work, but it's completely different valued when you say it that way. So going back to Tony for a second, because I want to close the loop on this. Tony did not get to where he is by being faster at the same work that everyone else does. He got there by becoming the person law firms call when there's something specific, hands-on, high stakes that has to happen. He built a moat around his skill set. He picked a lane that requires a human and will always require a human, and he got really, really good at it. That same opportunity is available to every single one of you listening right now. So that mindset paired with the right skill investment, that's career insurance. Not waiting and hoping that the AI conversation passes you by, because it won't. And honestly, you wouldn't want it to, because some of the most interesting roles in legal are being created right now by paralegals who are leaning in. All right, before I let you go, I promised you I would point you back to that free tool one more time. It's the AI Career Audit Coach, and it's a custom GPT that I built for you. And originally I built it for people inside my AI boot camp. I build different custom GPTs for them in there. And when I put it in there, I thought, gosh, this would be something that everybody needs. Every paralegal needs it. So you essentially just answer a few questions about your current role, the work that you do day to day, not putting in any confidential information in there. And then you put in where you want your career to be in the next few years. And it'll give you a personalized read on where AI is likely to impact your current tasks and which skills you should be focusing on to build that moat around your career. It's free. It takes about 10 minutes. All right. If something in this episode landed for you, will you do me a favor and share it with one paralegal in your network? I think everyone needs to hear this. This is a conversation that our profession needs to be having loudly, and you sharing it is what makes that happen. I'll be back next month with another episode. Until then, remember this. Paralegals who lead this transition are the ones who get to shape the next decade for the profession. I would love for that to be you. All right, bye for now.